Here's the first ever border war. USA, Canada, the battle for total domination begins. History will be made. Rivalries will be born. From Seattle, in front of a sold-out crowd, the Seattle Mist versus the BC Angels. On football's biggest stage, Pacific Cup borders will collide.
You are looking live in beautiful downtown Seattle, Washington, where tonight the first ever border war in the history of the LFL will take place. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us alongside former SEC and NFL quarterback Bobby Huco. I'm Van Earl Wright. And Bobby, the success of the LFL continues. So successful in the U.S., so very successful in Canada, and now we have more history as we have our first ever border war.
It is great to be part of such a historic event. We have LFL Canada against LFL United States for the first time ever, and we're playing in the most rocking place in the LFL here in Seattle, the home of the Seattle Mist. This place is rocking, Van Earl.
Absolutely, as you can tell by the level of loudness going on right now. This is a tough place for any visiting team to play. But BC's got to be feeling pretty good about themselves. Heck, they're the reigning champions of LFL Canada, but still, they're a big underdog to Seattle. What's the key for BC tonight?
But BC can't carry the whole weight of the country of Canada on their back. They are the champions. They got to play like champions. They just won the Lingerie Championship, and they have the #1 back in the LFL, Stephanie Manu. She ran for over 405 yards this year. She can do anything. She's tall, she's fast, she can catch. Seattle better watch out for her tonight.
Absolutely. Seattle does have this great crowd behind them, though. And for more on how they're going to slow down Stephanie Manu, we send it to the third member of our broadcast team, Mitchell Mortaza.
Well, thanks, guys. Yes, we are down here at the ShoWare Center. Definitely the toughest atmosphere to play in all of the LFL. And the reason for that, real simply, is this fan base. The best eighth man of the league, and if they're going to get the eighth man behind them tonight, they got to do it with this offense and get points on the board early. And to do that, it's going to be Laurel Creel, third-year quarterback, fourth year in the system of Coach Michelson. Great arm, is not going to lose the game for you, a great time manager. And if she's going to look to get the ball to anybody tonight, it's going to be Jessica Hopkins. Coming off an incredible season in Canada, now down here in Seattle, she is going to be Creel's favorite target. Put points up early, get on BC, and get out of here with the win. Back to you guys.
Stick and stay, ladies and gentlemen. History about to be on display as the BC Angels of Canada take on the Seattle Mist of the US of A. Kickoff is next. Before we kick it off, we send it back down to the field and Mitchell Mortaza.
Thanks, Van Earl. Down here on the field with one of the team captains of the Seattle Mist, Miss Christine Moore, had an incredible season in Canada and now representing the good old US of A. How does it feel to be on the other side of the BC Angels?
You know, it feels pretty good. I love my Mist team, and I really feel great about being back on the field with them. It's been a long time waiting, and we're ready to let it go.
And how about having this crowd behind you too, huh? The best in the league.
It feels so awesome. I mean, just listen to them. I can barely hear you. I'm excited.
Well, best of luck. Get out there on kickoff duty. All right, guys, the scene is set. Best house in all the LFL. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Mitch. BC won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will kick it off. Ashley Petrie will handle the kicking duties for the BC Angels, wearing the blue uniforms. Back deep for the Seattle Mist. Number 7, Cherie Hyatt. We'll be talking about her a lot. And number 16, Melee Rich.
There's no way the BC is supposed to win this game.
Petrie with the kickoff, went off the side of the foot, fielded right near midfield, and that's where Seattle will begin their first offensive possession.
Oh, here we go, Van Earl. We're trying to fight already.
Already.
Wow.
Tension and animosity filling the air. Number 10 for Seattle, Lala Fowler, setting the tone right away. And folks, don't blink, because when the Seattle offense hits the field, it is non-stop action.
Some early pleasantries between the United States and Canada, Van Earl.
is the quarterback for the Seattle Mist. She is in complete control of this Seattle offense. She knows what she's doing, very efficient at her job. Working from under center on 1st and 10, back to pass, Laurel Creel. Over the middle, good defense, pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mist.
Megan Hansen, center.
Sheree Hyatt, tight end.
Christine Moore, tight ends.
Ricky Krieger-Zier, wide receiver.
Jessica Hopkins, wide receiver.
Laurel Creel, quarterback.
Those were the starting lineups. Creel again from under center. The pitch, right side. Plenty of running room, picking up 4 or 5 yards is the Mist and Melee Rich.
Melee Rich, she can play. They lost Cam Warner last year and also Erica Smith to the new Atlanta franchise. Laura Creel, she came into her own this year. She had Jessica Hopkins open a post pattern, but she went underneath where the coverage was there. They're going into a non-huddle offense. I like this by Coach Michelson.
Absolutely. I told you couldn't blink when Seattle takes the field offensively, and this is why they are up-tempo, always moving the football. Another incomplete pass. We do not punt in LFL, so it is 4th and 7. They've got to go for it. Laurel Creel working from the shotgun for Seattle. Complete over on the right side, pass out to the flat. Gonna be close for a 1st down, not sure yet. Pass caught by Christine Moore.
Great call for the 1st down by Coach Michelson. She just slipped out. Christine Moore, watch this, right out of the tight end position. Lauren Creel just dumps it off in the flat. Great running there by Christine Moore to get the 1st down.
Back to up-tempo and no huddle. 1st and 10 for Seattle, inside the 15-yard line. Swinging around to the right, but good pressure from the pass rush from BC and Stevie Snoor. She is a warrior for the BC Angels, and she just introduced herself to Laurel Creel. Here are the starters defensively for BC.
Stevie Schnorr, defensive end.
Darnell Berneman, defensive end.
Heidi Nordby, linebacker. Kate Marshall, middle linebacker. Elisa Garcia, corner.
Ashley Petrie, corner.
Stephanie Manu, free safety.
Double reverse for Seattle. That's Jessica Hopkins getting it down into the red zone, which is inside the 10-yard line for LFL action. Nice double reverse for Seattle, Bobby.
BC has never seen an offense like that. They go with a fake sweep. They come back with a double reverse to Jessica Hopkins, who was all league last year, all fantasy, which is an all-pro player in this league, and she almost broke it in there for a touchdown. I can't wait to see what else Michelson has tonight.
Now 3rd and 6 for Seattle. Creel from the shotgun. Looking to throw, looking right, looking over the middle, finds plenty of running room. Down inside the 5-yard line. Going for the corner of the end zone. Stopped at the 1-yard line is Laurel Creel. Good ad lib by the Seattle quarterback.
Great play by Laura Creel. Watch this. The secondary, everybody went deep because of this high-tech passing offense. Laura Creel turns it up and takes it down to the 1-yard line. Laura Creel, this is her team this year. Last year, her and Angela Rippon were fighting for the starting job. Angela Rippon went to Baltimore. Laura Creel, this is her job, her team this year.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line for Seattle as Creel is in the shotgun. The little shovel pass, wide open walk into the end zone for the home team. Number 7, Sheree Hyatt. We told you we'll be talking about her a lot throughout this game, and that's a big reason why. A great athlete and getting the Mist of the scoreboard first.
A little shovel pass right there to Sheree Hyatt. Watch this girl this year. She is a hybrid. Coach Michelson could not say enough about this girl. She is a superstar in this league. Watch out for her, Van Hill, this year.
Now they line up for the points after the score. Working from the 3-yard line. No kicks after scores in LFL. You got to go for it. From scrimmage, Laurel Creel moving to her right. Caught in the end zone on the left side. Beautiful by Sheree Hyatt. They're responsible for all of the scoring for Seattle on their first offensive possession of this first ever Pacific Cup. Seattle takes the lead, and the home crowd here in ShoWare Arena loves it. We are back inside the Rockin' Showwear Arena. Holiday spirit on display for the folks in Seattle. And their home team jumping out to an 8-0 lead, scoring on their first offensive possession of the game.
Seattle is an offensive juggernaut. Coach Michelson, I love watching his team's offense. They have over 104 plays in their lineup. I cannot believe how easy they went down the field. On the other side of the ball, Coach Snell put a little bit more secondary, almost like a nickel package back there, dropping everybody deep. And what happens? Laura Creel runs it herself. There's nobody up front. She just runs it like RG3.
Again, for the new LFL viewers, there are only 2 kicks in an LFL game. It's at the beginning of the game and at the beginning of the second half. So after a score, the other team takes over 1st and 10 from their own 15. Marianne Hansen does Stephanie Manu right side. Big, strong running back for the BC Angels. Positive gain for BC on first down.
Stephanie Manu, the #1 back in LFL Canada. They have their old defense. Seattle has their whole defense keyed on her tonight. She had over 405 yards this year. They're going to make Marianne Hansen pass the ball. They're going to take Stephanie Manu or try to take her out of the game.
2nd and 5. Again, the handoff to Manu, right side. This time picks up 2 or 3. She's such a tough Brahma bull of a running back, Bobby, and she gets plenty of work. But you got to believe that Coach Kevin Snell for BC has got to open it up a little bit to compete with Seattle.
They have to right there. You saw right there, number 15, Shay Norton, come off the outside rush right there. She's coming off a torn quadricep, which is an unbelievable injury to come back from. And she showed she's 100% ready to go as she took Manu down right there.
3rd and 3 for the BC Angels. Quarterback Marianne Hansen from underneath center. Again, the handoff to Manu. They keep it on the ground. Manu's got the first down and a whole lot more as she is taken down by Jessica Hopkins. This is what they do, Bobby. They wear you down by using Stephanie Manu, who never seems to get worn down.
Absolutely, you know it's coming. Hansen takes a snap, a direct handoff, just a sweep right there to Manu. She's an old BC Lion cheerleader. Call that. Now she can run right through the Seattle defense like she does. Unbelievable runner, unbelievable player, the #1 offensive player in LFL Canada this year.
BC Angels on the move, trying to answer Seattle's opening score. Marianne Hansen looking to throw. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, falls incomplete, intended for Jeanette Jackson, who lines up as the left tight end.
They usually don't throw to Jeanette Jackson, but she was wide open in the flat. A little bit of early nerves there by Marianne Hansen. She was the MVP of the LFL Lingerie Bowl in Canada this year. She had a great game passing, but right there, a little jitters.
Now going to be a 2nd and 10 for BC. Inside Seattle's 20-yard line, working from the 18-yard line. Hansen back to throw, scrambling around, picking up more time now on the move, and gets taken down hard at the wall by the Seattle defenders. And again, more animosity and more tension on display. Right now, we want to introduce you to the starters offensively for the BC Angels.
Heidi Nordby, center.
Jeanette Jackson, tight end. Christine Moore, tight end.
Elisa Garcia, wide receiver.
Jessica Hopkins, free safety.
Stephanie Manu, running back.
Marianne Hansen, quarterback.
Third and a little more than 5 for BC. They hand it off to Manu, but she is stopped by Seattle. Not sure about that play call for Kevin Snell and the BC Angels, Bobby.
Not at all. In fact, Christine Moore, she's seen that play a million times. She had to use the play for BC this year. She came up and stuffed Manu right there. The play before that, watch Christine Moore come up. She's tackled Manu so many times in practice. Now it's in the real thing in this outstanding game so far. This is a big series right now for BC. They need to get in here to score, to not let Seattle get off to a great start.
They were moving it at the beginning of this drive, but now they've stalled over the last couple of plays as BC calls timeout to talk things over, because Kevin Snell knows how big this 4th and 5 really is for this contest, as you just pointed out, Bobby. And look at Coach Snell really get after his players and get them fired up.
Now, Coach Michelson is an unbelievable coach. I've never seen him that upset. He gets off to an early 8-0 start right here. Watch this play right here. A little shuffle pass right there to Cherie Hyatt, and she might be the Rookie of the Year.
Back inside Show-Wear Arena.
Mella Rich, defensive back.
Shay Norton, defensive end. Kristen Long, defensive end.
Cherie Hyatt, defensive back.
Christine Moore, middle linebacker.
Ricky Krieger-Zier, strong safety. Jessica Hopkins, free safety.
The Seattle defense trying to be as prepared as possible. Shay Norton getting ready for this big 4th and 5 play.
Did you see Coach Michelson, Van Earl? I love that. This is like an exhibition game, and he treats it like the Super Bowl. For Coach Michelson, football isn't about life or death. It's more than that, Van Earl.
He is an intense coach, there's no doubt about it.
I love it.
1 quarter in the books. The home team, Seattle, leads at 8-0. First play of the second quarter is a 4th and 5 for the visitors from British Columbia. Marianne Hansen at the shotgun. Handed it off to Manu. Shaky handoff, and again, why not go to the air? Give Marianne Hansen a little confidence. Gotta be, when you're so predictable, it's so tough for success.
You know what? They won the Lingerie Bowl in Canada because they mixed it up. Marianne Hansen got hot in the air. She threw touchdown passes. If they just keep giving the ball to Stephanie Manu, it's a one-pony show.
Absolutely.
They're going to stop. They're going to stop her all night. They got to mix it up right there. And again, you saw on defense, Cherie Hyatt, the rookie on defense. She came up and stuffed Manu like that. A two-way great player.
There is Cherie Hyatt right there, just underway in the second quarter. Ball goes over on downs. It's 1st and 10 for Laurel Creel and the Seattle Mist. Inside handoff to Cherie Hyatt. Check that to Emily Bell. And she picks up maybe 2. 2nd and 8. Laurel Creel working from under center. Play action, the shovel pass ahead. Oh! And a big collision right at midfield. And both players come up swinging.
Watch this play. Watch this play by unbelievable play right here by Laura Creel. She shovel passes it out in the flat right there. This hit, oh my gosh, that looks like the hit on Jay Cutler a couple weeks ago. Her head, I hope she's okay.
That was Manu delivering the hit to Emily Bell. It's a 1st and 10 for Seattle at their own 24-yard line. Fake pitch, end around. Here goes Cherie Hyatt. Plenty of running room down the right side, and she's in for the score. Beautifully executed play. Great ball fake. Great deception. Seattle is in for the score, but wait a second.
Uh-oh.
We got a flag on the play back near around the line of scrimmage.
Wow, that might have been her. I don't know about this call, Van Earl.
Here we go.
Their defensive neutral zone. That's an illegal defensive foul. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seattle. Illegal defensive alignment against BC.
The alignment, watch this. They fake going left. They bring it around again to Cherie Hyatt from the tight end position. She turns on the speed merchant. Now look at this. I can't believe she's a rookie. She walks into the end zone, but it's unbelievable play.
Well, it was a great play design, and it was beautifully executed. And we saw them in the walkthrough earlier today, Bobby. They were full of crisp execution, and it's paying off for them right now. They are leading it and about to add to it if they can convert on this point. Point after the score. Creel keeping it herself and getting it into the end zone. That'll make it a 16-0 ball game. Oh, and more animosity after. Take a look at Cherie Hyatt once again, scoring the second touchdown for Seattle. They are in control. Stephanie Manu is the entire BC offense so far. 1st and 10. End around to Elisa Garcia. Lots of running room. Taken down hard. A high tackle and a bruising tackle on Elisa Garcia by number 5, Jessica Hopkins of Seattle.
I like that call, though. They knew they're going to go to Manu. They come back with a reverse here to Alicia Garcia. She is the fastest girl in LFL Canada. She gets destroyed right there, but I like the call by Coach Snell.
Now a 2nd and 3 for BC. Back to Manu they go, right side. First down, Manu. And she punishes anybody who wants to think about tackling her.
What a run by Manu. Unbelievable.
Stephanie Manu, the workhorse of the BC Angels, champions of LFL Canada. She carries the workload throughout. She ran for more than 400 yards in BC's championship season, the first ever for LFL Canada. Now, 2nd and 1. Marianne Hansen wide open. Elisa Garcia on the right side, fighting for yards, fighting for the first down. It'll be a gain of 8 on what was 1st and 10 for BC.
Great play by Elisa Garcia. Even better play by Marianne Hansen. Watch the composure in the pocket.
As mentioned, Stephanie Manu, such a workhorse for the BC Angels in their championship season.
As I said, you can't stop her, you can only contain her. This girl is unstoppable. Runs inside, outside, through people. Look at this speed. For one of the biggest girls, she goes around people. She goes through two defensive players right there, Van Earl.
Right on cue, Stephanie Manu carrying the pig again for the BC Angels. Picking up more positive yardage. Now, on the last drive for BC, Bobby, this is about the part of the field, the point on the field where they began to stall. Let's see if they can keep it rolling, because right now they are on the offensive and they've got the Seattle defense on their heels.
Early in the year, this is where they did a little play-action pass and hit the tight end in the corner away from Manu. Let's see if they do it again.
1st and 10. Marianne Hansen showing pass, tucking it, picking up 3 or 4 yards down the right side.
They were trying to hit Alicia Garcia on a quick post pattern right there. It wasn't there. Again, smart play by the MVP of the Lingerie Bowl. Hansen just pulled the ball down and got 3 yards.
Frankly, for their sake, it's good that Kevin Snell showed pass on that play. As mentioned already, he's got to mix it up a little bit. Handoff to Manu, right side. Breaking one tackle, but unable to get through 2 Seattle defenders. After that, maybe picked up 1 yard.
They tried to counterplay there to Manu. She got by Christine Moore, but the rookie, Melee Rich, watch the counter. There's Christine Moore. She misses the tackle, but the rookie, Melee Rich, right there, coming up from the corner. I love it, Van Earl.
Absolutely. Now a 3rd and 8 for the BC Angels. Hansen, deep drop on the shotgun, looking to go to the air, looking to the end zone, but it's picked off. Intercepted by Seattle in the end zone, and they bring it out to the 7 or 8 yard line. Intercepted by number 4, Ricky Krieger-Zeier for Seattle.
Watch this. They have a great secondary. Ricky Krieger-Zeier, she is one of the best athletes on the team, comes in, steals the ball in the end zone, and tries to take it back. BC, this is what they have happening right now. They're inside the 10, and they can't score.
Well, we've got a flag on the play. Let's see where the ball will wind up after this call by our referee for this first ever Pacific Cup.
After the interception, number 4 threw the ball in the face of the opponent. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. Half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10, Seattle.
So Seattle retains possession. Penalty after the interception, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Ricky did not have to do the uncalled for right there. I know Coach Michelson's not going to like that. Class team. They got the interception, what they want. They have a big lead, 16-0. Ricky does not have to go after players like that. Uncalled for.
They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 3 yard line. Quarterback Laurel Creel, inside handoff. Picking up about 3 or 4 yards is Emily Bell. All Seattle throughout this first quarter. As we approach the 2-minute warning of the first half, Seattle might be able to get 1 more play off. End around. Still short of the first down is Seattle. Ricky Krieger-Zeier, the runner.
Ricky Krieger-Zeier, she's got some top speed on this team. A good call by Coach Michelson.
We've hit the 2-minute warning of the first half. Seattle in complete control. They lead it 16-0. BC Angels were the reigning champions of LFL Canada, but so far they're looking a little sloppy. Seattle looking very good. Seattle for this first ever Pacific Cup, this first ever edition of the Border War. That's Laurel Creel, the quarterback for Seattle, looking very much in control. Now working from underneath center. Back to throw, little short dump on the left side, caught and complete to number 7, I should say, Cherie Hyatt. Christine Moore is back with Seattle, Bobby.
Christine Moore is back with Seattle, and she's looking strong, man, Earl.
1st and 10 for the Mist. Handoff, right side, plenty of running room for Jessica Hopkins, getting it almost to midfield, down to the 22-23 yard line.
I like the call by Michaels and get the ball to Hopkins. Right now, Emily Bell's not having a great game. You got Jessica Hopkins, the Mortaz Award winner. She can run, she can catch, and she can pass. And look at her, she's unbelievable in the running back position. They could start her and have an outstanding game. 2nd
and 4 for Seattle. Creel dropping back to pass, looking over the middle. Oh, it's picked off. There goes Marianne Elisa Garcia for BC, taking it down to the 10-yard line.
The one thing you can't do right now, you're up 16-0. Laura Creel, just protect the football. Don't throw it up like that. Stephanie Manu almost has it. And then Garcia comes around and almost takes it coast to coast. This gets BC right back in the game. If they score here, we got a ball game.
A minute 19 remaining in the first half, and at the 10-yard line, right at the border of the red zone, BC is in great shape. Poor throw by Laurel Creel, the quarterback for Seattle, and as you just said it, Bobby, the Angels can get right back into this ball game if they can convert this opportunity.
Laura Creel, last year, she only had 1 interception and 0 fumbles. She did not turn the ball over all year. Here it is, here we are, first game of this year, she gets picked in the first half.
1st and goal for BC. Hanson looking to go to the air, scrambling around, still scrambling, going to the end zone, almost picked off. Not a very good decision by Marianne Hanson. She really looks extremely uncomfortable and totally different from her performance in the LFL Canada Championship.
Well, watch, she's getting protection. She's scrambling around right now. She's just trying to make something happen, but she's just throwing the ball up. That should have been picked off. But you're right, Van Earl. In the championship game, she'll take her 3-5-step drop to get rid of the football. She's not doing that tonight so far.
Looking very uncomfortable, and maybe that's why Kevin Snell is trying to keep it on the ground so much. 2nd and 10. Again, Hanson looking to the air, and again it should have been picked off. Number 16, Melee Rich, defending that time for Seattle.
She's got to calm down. She looks frazzled, as you said, Van Earl. Melee Rich, in a 2 coverage, she squats up right there on the corner. She did not move, and she threw the ball right through her. That should have been picked off right here. Cover 2, she's not stepping in the ball anyway. That ball should have been picked, and she threw it into coverage. She's not playing the same way she did in the LFL Championship.
That throw was totally flat-footed, very poor form. 3rd and 10 now for BC. Again, they're looking to go to the air. Short pass, over the middle, caught! Stephanie Manu fighting for the end zone. Stopped and denied at the 1-yard line. That was lucky to be completed, but there BC caught a break.
Sensational catch by Stephanie Manu. Double coverage. Hanson throws into double coverage. How she comes down with the ball, I don't know. That's why she's the Offensive Player of the Year in LFL Canada. Incredible catch by Manu.
Great stop, though, by Ricky Krieger-Zeyer to keep her out of the end zone. Krieger-Zeyer, 130 pounds, and standing up 4 inches shorter than Manu, but they're full of denial and keeping the BC star runner out of the end zone.
Coach Michelson thinks there's a lot of holding. You can tell he's upset with the refs right now. He's getting all over the refs. He thought they were being held. Should have got Hanson before she threw the ball.
Timeout on the field. BC head coach Kevin Snell does not want to miss out on this opportunity for his Angels. He knows that this could be the difference in this contest. They score here, it's a ball game. They don't, it might be too demoralizing for his team to rally.
This is where they have to show their championship form. They just won the Lingerie Bowl. They got to show it right now. They got the ball on the 2.5-yard line, 56 seconds left in the half. As you said, Van Earl, if they get in right here, it's a new ball game. It's a wide open game in the second half.
It's 4th down, and you're the coordinator, Bobby. What do you want to call here?
Well, you know they're going to go to Manu. If it was my call, I'd do the play action pass they've done all year in the corner of the end zone because everybody thinks Manu is going to get the ball. I think You know what? If I'm making a prediction, they're giving the ball to Stephanie Manu. 2 yards. If anybody can get it, even if there's no blocking, she can get it.
We'll check it out. 4th and goal for Stephanie Manu and the BC Angels. Big moment in this first ever Pacific Cup. Extra blocker perhaps. Oh! And it's going to be illegal procedure on the BC Angels. 4th and goal from the 2.5-yard line, and now they'll get another try, but they'll be 5 yards further away from the end zone.
It looked like Heidi Nordby might have jumped right there, but you know what? That play was set up. It was an I formation. They gave the ball. Manu was in the tailback position. She had the seam. She would have scored right there. I can't believe they jumped offside.
Crucial mistake for BC. Still 4th and goal, but now from 7.5 yards away from the end zone. Another big moment in this Pacific Cup. Hansen from underneath center. Again, another whistle. Oh, and another false start for the BC Angels. They're the reigning champions of LFL Canada. And now they'll be backed up another 5 yards.
It's still 4th down.
Gotta believe this home crowd at Showware Arena has something to do with this.
Can't believe it. Looked like Morgadon jumped right there again. It looked they were going into the I formation again with Stevie Schnorr up in front of Manu, and it looked like it was going to be open again for 2 times in a row. Now they're back at the 12-yard line, Vanro.
This is the home field advantage that we all talked about before the kickoff of this Pacific Cup. The 8th man here in Seattle plays a role in the games with the missed host. Oh, again they started, and again they got whistled. There's no doubt about it right now, Bobby. The crowd is the reason.
The 8th man, absolutely. Absolutely. The misfits right there.
It's still 4th down.
Jeanette Jackson, that's 3 jumps in a row. They're back on the 17-yard line. That's why this is like Texas A&M. The 12th man, here we go. This is so loud, I can't even hear you right now, Vanro.
And this only incites the crowd even further because they are realizing that they are the reasons why BC is jumping off sides, is committing the false starts. It's got to be a miracle now for BC. Hansen from the shotgun. She's got some time. Moving around to her right side, going to the end zone. Way off the mark. Pass falls. Incomplete. Ball will go back to Seattle. Turning over on downs. Krieger-Zeier defending on that errant pass.
Coach Snell was beside himself. They had the ball inside the 10, going in.
They had the ball at the 2.5-yard line.
Unbelievable. Watch the replay. She creates some time here. Got to hand it to Hintz right here, but she overthrows it. It's 4th down. You got to give the receiver, Stephanie Manu, a chance. It's an uncatchable ball. Throw it up just like last time. She might come down with it.
They were on the 2.5-yard line.
Unbelievable.
And they get backed up all the way to the 17.5-yard line.
Unbelievable. They could have come in. It might have been 16-8 at halftime. Now Coach Michelson has 48 seconds with his offense to go up another score.
Laurel Creel from underneath center, and he's going to the air. Creel with the shovel pass over the middle, intended for Jessica Hopkins. That was into traffic. That was a little dangerous. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Seattle Mist.
Dangerous. Great coverage by BC. She has all kinds of time. She's a little dangerous. That's not a good play right there by Laura Creel. Should have been picked off, but she's got time. 43 seconds with this offense and these receivers. They can score here.
2nd and 10 for Seattle from their own 17. Handoff, left side, cut back up the middle. Picks up about 3 yards. Jessica Hopkins, the ball carrier.
That's their 25 cross here. It's almost like a wishbone or also a wildcat. Creel's got options to keep it or also give the ball to Hopkins.
Up-tempo offense for Seattle. Going right away on 3rd and 5. Clock ticking away. Oh, it's picked off! It's picked off by BC. Number 12, Stevie Schnorr, right at the line of scrimmage. There's 17 seconds on the clock. BC gets another opportunity thanks to another mistake by Laurel Creel.
Wow, this is just like J.J. Watt. Stevie Schnorr, the captain of the national rugby team, makes the play of the game to keep BC in it. How she makes this catch is incredible. There's still 17 seconds left. Mary Hansen has to come up with something now. Incredible play by Stevie Schnorr.
Great play by Stevie Schnorr. Laurel Creel is looking a little shakier and shakier as we continue in this game. Got to wonder about her confidence. as BC takes over 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Hansen looking to throw. Seconds ticking away. Going down the right side. Throwing it up for grabs. Intended for Elisa Garcia. Again, not a very accurate pass by Marianne Hansen, and Krieger-Zeier defending well once again.
She waited a little bit too long. Against the cover two, she actually got behind Melee. She's in the corner a little bit too late. If you catch her in the hole between the safety and the corner, she could have caught a touchdown there to Garcia.
11 seconds left. I'm guessing they got time for at least 2 plays. Bobby, what do you think?
I think they might have even more than that, but Hansen has to remain poised right here. Step up in the pocket, hit Garcia.
Over the middle, caught, still alive, clock ticking, 4, 3, time call. Pass complete to Ashley Petrie over the middle. They had a timeout left. They're gonna line up quickly, spike the ball and stop the clock.
Got to hand it to Marianne Hansen right there. She hit Ashley Petrie, Mighty Mouse as they call her, coming across the middle, underneath the 2 coverage, underneath the safeties. Now they got the ball down on the 8-yard line, 2 seconds left. Let's see what they got here, Vanderl.
Seems to me another pass over the middle might be a good idea.
They got Manu in the backfield. She's always a threat right there. They're in a 2-deep coverage. It's going to be interesting. They give it to her and try to pass.
From the 8-yard line, last play of the first half. Hansen going to the end zone. And way off the mark as the first half comes to an end. Pass intended for Jeanette Jackson. Seattle leads it 16-0. Marianne Hansen and the BC Angels had their chances late in this first half, unable to convert. And Seattle holds on to their 16-point advantage and keeps BC off the scoreboard. An outstanding, action-packed first half of this inaugural Pacific Cup here in Seattle, Washington. But the home team using the energy of the home crowd to lead it 16-0 at the break. Bobby Huco, Vanderl Wright. Fun to be a part of this historic event for LFL action and in the history of the LFL, and a pretty entertaining first half.
It was a great first half. I think the quarterbacks were off a little bit on both sides.
Yeah.
Creel and Hansen, they're a little jittery. First game going against each other, Canada against USA. This crowd is rocking. It's got to be a little bit intimidating. I know Marianne Hansen never played in front of a crowd like this. In fact, I haven't. I feel like I'm in Gainesville, Florida with the Gators right now. This is crazy.
Wow, hearkening back to the Gator days. You still remember that far back?
I remember.
That's
yeah,
nice.
I remember
That's
that. Yeah.
Former Gator quarterback, and of course some days in the NFL as well. How about Seattle now? They have had a long layoff, unlike the BC Angels, who really just won the LFL Canada Championship some 3 weeks ago. Laurel Creel looked good at the start, but then she began to get untracked a little bit.
You know what, Coach Michelson, I know this is their first game since last year, but Coach Michelson, I guarantee he's not happy. He's a perfectionist. And Laura Creel, she's coming in. She's actually the #1 quarterback with Ripon moving to Baltimore. It's her team. She's got to play better in the second half right now for Michelson to be totally behind her going into the season. I know they're up 16-0. A lot of coaches will be happy, but not Chris Michelson.
The third member of our broadcast team is Mitch Mortaza. He's down on the field to check in with a couple of players.
Hey guys, welcome down to the field. Yeah, absolutely. I got the 2 signal callers here with me. Both of them had a tale of different halves here a little bit. First off, Mary Hansen. Mary, what's the problem there right before the half? Was it a crowd noise issue? Why were you guys backed up?
You know what, it definitely is. I mean, Shoreware Center does. We were expecting them to be very loud, so we've made our adjustments. Girls are going to be watching for the snap of the ball.
All right, well, best of luck in the second half. Okay. On this side, we've got obviously Laurel Creel, third-year quarterback. It seems like you guys are hitting the groove, 16-0. What can we expect in the second half?
You know, we just need to bring a lot more intensity. We kind of came out a little slow. I was a little rusty on a couple of my throws, on a couple of interceptions. We just got to work through those as a team and come out with this W.
All right,
Let's
best
go.
of luck in that second half, all right? Pair of great signal callers. We're going to kick it off down here. Back to you guys.
Mitch Mortaza, thank you so much. Great work as always down on the field. Ricky Krieger-Zeier talking things over with the coaching staff of Seattle. BC won the coin toss at the beginning of the game. They deferred to the second half, so they will receive Ashley Petrie back deep for the BC Angels. Christine Moore will handle the kicking it off for the Seattle Miss.
One thing to note, Van Earl, on BC, they lost Ashley Hammer-Jackson in that game against Toronto, who was one of their top defenders, who probably would have played a big factor tonight against stopping Seattle.
We are underway in the second half. Moore, great kick deep into the end zone. Petrie brings it out. Oh, the handoff reverse to Alicia Garcia. She's got nothing but green in front of her. Great cutback, showing the speed. Alicia Garcia, touchdown.
Wow.
BC Angels.
Wow. That's sensational. What a way to start the second half. A reverse, a great call by Coach Schnell. This crowd is stunned. As loud as it was at the end of the first half, you can hear a pin drop right now.
That was a beautiful kickoff return by Alicia Garcia. And as you mentioned, what a great call. Petrie received the football some 6 yards deep into the end zone, handed it off to Alicia, and she was gone.
Watch her. She is the #1 speed merchant in the Lingerie Football League. She can run faster than anybody in Canada and the United States. What a call by Coach Snell to start the second half.
Now BC lines up for the point after, going for the 1 point after as they line up from the 1 yard line. Marianne Hansen, just poor decision again. That's not going to do much for her confidence as she starts the second half. That's a time when they should have given it to Manu on the 1 yard line.
Manu's on fire right there, but inside the 5 yard line, when you're throwing the ball in the end zone, you got to throw in a 3-step drop on timing. You can't stand like back there, and she hurls up a quail to nobody there.
So it's a 10-point ball game after the stunning opening to the second half. BC returning the second half kickoff, 106 yards. Did you hear me?
It looked like 106 yards.
It was 56 yards for the score to get on the scoreboard for the first time in this game. Laurel Creel, the quarterback for Seattle. 1st and 10 for the Miss. Creel looking to throw. Right side. Oh, almost picked off by Alicia Garcia, the hero from 2 plays ago.
Coach Snell, I think he was fibbing us, Van Earl. He said he was going to come back with the same defensive scheme. Right there, I saw him drop back, almost like not a nickel coverage, a dime coverage. I saw almost the whole defense go back in coverage, and there was nothing there for Creel to throw the ball.
2nd and 10 now for Seattle. The pitch to number 13, Emily Bell, picking up about 7 yards. Gang tackle there at the 21 yard line.
Emily Bell, she's a cutter and a slasher, not like Cam Warner last year. Cam Warner could run right through an entire defense. Emily Bell's a slasher. This is a good game for her. She needs this experience, but she's not really doing much against this stout BC defense.
Now 3rd and 4 for Seattle. Creel from underneath center. Hopkins in motion. Creel back to throw. Pass, right into the hands and out of the hands of Emily Bell. It'll be 4th and 4 now for Seattle.
Great play by Jeanette Jackson right there, forcing an early throw by Creel.
Creel now working from the shotgun for the home team. Quick delivery. Again, another drop pass, but good defense by Stevie Snoor against Chris Michelson's offense.
BC has come to play in the second half. This game was going to be a blowout in the first half, we thought. BC, the Lingerie Bowl champions of Canada. Watch this play. Stevie Snoor out there almost picks off another one in the flat, trying to hit Christine Moore. Snoor is playing a hell of a game tonight.
Alicia Garcia and the BC Angels getting on the board in dramatic fashion in Seattle. Wow, the crowd here at ShoWare Arena and the Pacific Northwest, Bobby Yuko, is fantastic as the BC Angels take over on downs. And there you see the numbers from the first half for the 2 quarterbacks.
Not a whole lot there, Van Earl. You see it's only 30 yards for Creel, 24 for Hansen. And for teams like this, especially Seattle, they were the #1 team in LFL USA on offense last year, #1, and they're not showing it so far. Now, I'll tell you what, Coach Snell has a great scheme to go against this offense right now. They're not doing anything.
Good defensive stand by BC, so Marianne Hansen and the Angel offense takes over 21 yards away from the end zone. Stephanie Manu joining Hansen in the backfield for BC. Garcia set up wide right side. Ashley Petrie wide left. The Seattle defenders getting the crowd into it. They know what a big role the 8th man in Seattle plays in their games.
You got to get it to your hot player, Van Earl. Alicia Garcia right now is on fire with her Manu. Either one of those two's got to get the ball. Right now, it might go back to Garcia, but Manu, with 5 minutes left, she might be able to pound out a touchdown too.
5 minutes, 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hansen, handoff to Manu, right side, found a little hole, picked up about 3 yards on another tough carry by number 8 for BC. It looked like she took a shot to the head as she was going down.
Yeah, she did.
She is now shaken up.
That's not good. She's coming off. You remember the first game of the year, she had a broken nose. Watch this hit right here. Great play by Melee Rich coming off the corner, going through. Watch her head. Right there, she catches the knee. That's not good. That's not a good sign. I hope she's okay.
Her head is down to the knee of Ricky Krieger-Zier. And you could tell from that replay, that doesn't look too good. And you can tell now from the live shot that Manu is concerned herself.
Catching a knee in the helmet is never good, especially when you're going down. Watch this. She gets by Melee Rich right here. Now the back right here. She catches it right there when she's going down a knee. That's not looking good, Van Earl. I hope she's okay.
She is definitely shaken up.
She seems to be moving pretty good, though. They're trying to take off her helmet.
She's moving all right, but she is definitely does definitely not have her full wits about her.
They're seeing right now, if there's any glassy-eyed at all, concussion syndrome. Right now, as in the NFL, the LFL takes measures to make sure on the treatment of any kind of concussions is number one.
As the medical staff continues to look at Stephanie Manu, and you see the writing on her face, Choo Choo, that's her nickname. And she seems pretty questionable about continuing in this contest.
It'd be interesting. I think they have to keep her out right now, especially the way they were looking at her eyes to see if there's any kind of glassy eye right there. One thing right now, the way football is played in the NFL and in the LFL, you don't want to take a chance with a concussion. This game is not meaning anything. Yeah, there's a lot of pride here with the USA and in Canada, but you don't really take a chance, especially with Stephanie Manu.
So who will take over? We were talking before the contest, Stevie Schnur would be a good option at running back for the BC Angels. Right now they open up Trip Wright's empty backfield for Hansen and the Angels. Bubble screen, complete to Alicia Garcia, breaking one tackle, cutting back across the middle, getting it down to the 13-yard line, short of the first down for the Angels.
They run that play better than anybody in the LFL. The little bubble screen, like you mentioned, they have Kate Marshall comes in as the third receiver. She blocks. Watch Kate Marshall block. They throw the ball out right there. Clayton Marshall blocking downfield. She goes right across the middle. A great bubble screen call. Good call by Coach Snell.
And now Stevie Schnur comes on for the BC Angels offensively. Lined up and taking the handoff, bulldozing down to the 6-yard line, picking up the first down for the BC Angels. We've just learned that Stephanie Manu has been ruled out for the rest of this contest. They feel it's already they can already tell it's a concussion for Stephanie Manu, and as you mentioned, Bobby, it's just not worth it. This is an exhibition game and not worth taking any kind of risk.
Not at all. Even if this was the Super Bowl, the Lingerie Bowl, whatever it is, when you take a knee to the head like that, it's definitely a concussion. You can see her glassy eyes, and it's a good thing they're keeping her out.
First and goal now for BC from the 7. Schnur again stopped at the line of scrimmage by the entire Seattle defense. Little extracurricular after the whistle blew, but Stevie Schnur certainly brings a load for the BC Angels. 5'8", 165 pounds, big rugby player, loves the contact, a similar type runner to Stephanie Manu.
She's a monster. She'll do great back there. Watch this little extracurricular activity right there. Little push right there. Of course, nobody likes that. Little pleasantries back and forth, as it will be with the USA going against Canada.
No gain on the last play. It is 2nd and goal from the 7. Hansen looking to throw across the middle, caught to Jeanette Jackson, and she gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, BC! Sea Angels making it a 4-point game at 16-12. Nice run after the catch by Jeanette Jackson.
Do you remember Joe Namath playing against Baltimore Colts? That's the Marianne Hansen that we know right there. Throwing the ball to Jeanette Jackson. She powers in through 3 defenders right now. This game is almost tied up. We have a whole quarter left. This could be the upset of the year, upset of LFL football, period.
Ball at the 3-yard line, so that means the BC Angels are going for 2 points after the score. Hansen from the gun, play action, throwing it right. Good defense by Ricky Krieger-Zeier for Seattle, knocking that pass away, so it will remain a 4-point ball game at 16-12, Seattle on top.
I love that play, Vandal. That's the play they used all year long. Little play action pass. They tried to hit Borgenine in the flat. It was there. Marianne just delivered it a little bit too late. The coverage got up on her. But right now, we got a ball game, 16-12.
This is
incredible.
Outstanding. Seattle has been their own worst enemy, but more than that, BC took control of this second half. Not of the game, but of the second half with that outstanding opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Sometimes you think Coach Snell is like Mike Ditka, really conservative. Let's line up and play football, and then he does a double reverse on the kickoff for a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Seattle. Read option, then back the opposite way. Good completion, good throw for Seattle on 1st and 10. Jessica Hopkins on the receiving end of that Creel delivery.
BC is swarming on defense. This looks like the team that won the lingerie championship in Canada. They are all over Seattle right now. Watch this little, they fake the option to the right. They come back. The coverage is there. Nobody went for the fake. The whole team is all over it.
2nd and 7. Creel from underneath center. Back to pass again. Good pass rush. Finding plenty of room to run up the middle. Gets a big block and finds more yardage down the left side. Well into BC territory inside the 20-yard line. Great downfield block. Great running by Laurel Creel.
Watch the play by Ricky Krieger-Zeier downfield. This is why Seattle has a chance to win it all this year. All the players, they block downfield. They don't let the other players do it. They all help out. A great block downfield by Zeier.
1st and 10 for Seattle from the 19-yard line. Creel back to throw down the right side. Receiver stopped running. Boy, you hate to see that. Intended for Jessica Hopkins, and you're surprised to see that kind of mistake by Hopkins.
Absolutely, a little bit of both. I don't know if Hopkins, she wasn't the first intended receiver on that, because you're right, Hopkins is a sensational receiver, probably one of the top 2 in the whole league. She stopped running. I don't think she thought the ball was going to come to her. She was a decoy just trying to clear out the corner to come underneath.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now as we approach the 1.5-minute mark of the 3rd period. 2nd and 10 for Seattle from the 19-yard line. Big offensive possession for the home team here in Seattle. Pitch and a reverse handoff to Krieger-Zeier. Plenty of running room, still running, and down to the 6-yard line. Tough, hard run by Ricky Krieger-Zeier. By the way, the player who we've been mentioning more than any other throughout this contest, she is all over the field tonight.
Ricky Krieger-Zeier, she is a speed demon also. I don't think she's as fast as Alicia Garcia. A great call in the reverse, but an unbelievable downfield block by Cherie Hyatt. Watch Cherie Hyatt. Watch this block by 7 right there. Opens it up. That's Hyatt right there. Unbelievable opening it up. This is the Seattle team we know. Now they got a little pressure on them. Let's see if they can take it in.
1st and goal from the 7 for Seattle. Less than a minute to go. Whistle stops play. Most likely a false start on the offense.
I think it was, Van der Earl. Got a little jumpy right there.
1-7. Before the snap, false start. Offense number 17. That's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Megan Hansen, the center. I'm always confused how the center can be responsible for the false start. Who should know the snap count more than the center?
Well, sometimes they jump. They're not used. She's new this year from LA. She's coming off a bad kidney infection. Give her a break, man.
Oh, come on now, Bobby. Less than a half minute to go. Play action for Creel. Beautiful throw and catch. Touchdown, Seattle. And again, it's Krieger-Zeier, the key player for the miss on the receiving end of that touchdown delivery by Laurel Creel.
That looked like Tom Brady throwing it from a crouch. He's watching this play action pass, a post corner on time. That's the way to throw the football. Laurel Creel on the button to Ricky Krieger-Zeier. Seattle is looking like the old Seattle. Now they got their momentum, so let's see if BC can answer.
I know I just said it, but Ricky Krieger-Zeier is all over the field. I think it feels like I'm calling her name on every play, both defensively and offensively for Seattle.
Krieger-Zeier has a lot of desire, man.
Absolutely. Going for two is Seattle, and there she is again. Krieger-Zeier runs it into the end zone for the 2 points after the score. That'll bring Seattle's total to 24.
Here we go. Here we go. Canada versus
the
United
third
States.
Quarter. The border war on full display. Seattle has retaken control of this contest. Terrifically executed offensive series for Laurel Creel, Ricky Krieger-Zeier, and the Seattle Mist. They lead it 24-6. Back in Seattle for the fourth quarter of this first ever Pacific Cup. It's the border war, and we're happy to welcome the rock star into the broadcast booth, Bobby Huco, the rock star that is Heather Furr.
Having me, guys.
Hey, glad to have you. What are your impressions so far? This is a great game.
This is a great game. I mean, BC came out and scored that touchdown, and it's absolutely crazy. And then they came and scored again, and now Seattle came back. Thank goodness. So it's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
BC now takes over on their own 15, 1st and 10, but this is much more competitive than I anticipated.
Oh, got him!
Back pass!
Whoa!
Oh, a beautiful play! Complete to Elisa Garcia. What a star she is becoming in this game for the BC Angels, and the fans who made the drive down from Canada right there on the receiving end of that beautiful touchdown play, Bobby.
They got Stevie Snoor, a bad pitch. She takes it. Everything she's going to run it. She throws a bomb.
Oh.
Unbelievable call right there. This looks like Seattle, but it's BC. BC should be doing plays like this, right, Van Roel?
I did not expect it.
Holy cow.
But we've got a flag on the play. Oh, my goodness.
No, I think it was a late hit. They took a cheap shot late. That's against Seattle.
So the touchdown will stand. It'll cut Seattle's lead in half. It'll be a 24-12.
Stevie Snoor, there's nobody in this place that thinks she's going to throw it. She's a rugby player. The whole team coming up to tackle her. She throws a bomb of all things.
That looked like Heather Furr to me.
It looked like Heather Furr. I don't know if that good. It looked good.
Now the points after for Hansen picked off.
Oh!
And about to be taken back. Seattle on the run. There she goes. Oh, what a great answer by the Seattle Mist. Picked off in the end zone on the points after a poor decision by Marianne Hansen as she threw it into traffic. And that is certainly how you recapture momentum. Picked off by Cherie Hyatt.
Oh well, Cherie Hyatt is having an incredible game right now. Incredible. Watch this. She comes out. Hansen's got time. She throws it quick like she could. Hyatt comes up. Steps up, watch this run. This is why and look at Heather Furr. Heather Furr's loving this. You're going to have to play against her this year.
That was great. I mean, that's what Seattle needed. That was crazy.
Have you heard of Cherie Hyatt before?
No, she's a rookie. She is a rookie.
Now, will you be able to stop her?
I mean, she won't intercept a ball like that, but I won't give her something that easy.
Well, thanks for joining us, Heather, because all of a sudden, an already great game just increased twofold right there since you joined us in the booth.
Yeah, I was speechless on that BC trick play, and then Seattle came back. So now I'm back in it. All right.
As a former MVP for Chicago, for the whole league, what's your view on Seattle? Do they have a shot to do anything this year?
Absolutely. They've been practicing a long time, and I think it's kind of a shell shocker at first. They come out. Oh, see? Here we go. Oh, no!
Oh! It could have been a safety, but a great play by Krieger-Zeier to get it back. By Laurel Creel, I should say, to get it back to Krieger-Zeier.
They're trying to go eye for an eye with these trick plays. I don't know.
They were doing a double pass right here. They did it in practice, and you know what, though? BC's not falling for it. They had two safeties deep. There's nobody there. Great play to prevent a safety, but I cannot believe the way BC playing defense tonight.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 for Seattle. Fake pitch and an end-around handoff to Cherie Hyatt. A gain of only about 2 or 3 yards. we saw Heather Furr in the building before the game. We had to make sure that she stopped by the broadcast booth to say hello and get a little FaceTime.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's crazy up here. It's a lot better up here.
It is fun.
It's a different view,
She's
yeah.
going to wake up a lot less sore tomorrow, but thanks for joining us.
True story. Thanks, guys.
3rd and 11 for Seattle. Great completion, left side by the Mist. Laurel Creel to number 5, Jessica Hopkins. That'll be good enough for a first down. Seattle on the move, looking to build and add to their 6-18 lead here early in the fourth quarter.
Man, Earl, is this an exhibition game or a lingerie bowl? This is incredible action.
Great action, great intensity. Creel, a shovel pass over the middle to number 13, Emily Bell. Close to a first down.
Creel has got it going. This is the Creel we saw.
They're marking it 1st and 10 for Seattle.
This is the Laura Creel that we all know. This girl is a leader. She's a champion and showing it right now. She's starting to get in mid-season form.
1st and 10 from the 17 for Seattle. Going to the end zone, pass a little long for Hopkins.
She had to get rid of it right there. There was a lot of pressure by Jeanette Jackson right there. She had nothing to do. Great pressure. She threw it deep. Actually, a good play. It's only 2nd down. Watch this. Watch this right here by Jackson. Bam. That's what it takes to play quarterback in the LFL.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Seattle Mist, working from the 17-yard line of BC. Creel from underneath center. Looking right side, slant pass, caught over the middle. Krieger Zier on the receiving end of that slant pass by Laurel Creel inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
I love this. 1, 2, 3, they throw a post pattern in Krieger Zier. She gets by Kate Marshall on the outside playing her old position quarterback. She's not used to that. She's playing linebacker in that football game. Great play by Laura Creel again.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line for Seattle. They lead it 26-18. Final 4.5 minutes of the contest. Big hit at the 1-yard line by Jeanette Jackson to deny Laurel Creel from the end zone.
Jeanette Jackson and also Kate Marshall coming up, and that's why she was the LFL Defensive Player of the Year this year. Kate Marshall is all over the field. She is a player, she's a beast, and she's showing it right now. She needs somehow to come up with a stop. There's only less than 4 minutes left in the game. They can't afford to let Seattle get another score.
Absolutely, but the ball is at the 1-yard line for Seattle. 2nd and goal for the Mist. Packed formation for Seattle. Creel looking to bulldoze her way in there, and she's in. Touchdown, Seattle Mist. They now lead it 32-18.
That was huge, and you know what happened there? That's right where Kate Marshall would have been. It came right up the middle, but with Manu out of the game, they had to put Christina Borgignon in there and shift out Kate Marshall. Is that what you Kate Marshall at? But Borgignon's in the middle. They go right up the gut, and Manu out of the game shifted all kind of defensive changes for BC.
So Seattle will line up for the points after, and surprisingly enough, going for 2 to try to raise their total to 34. Creel working from the shotgun. Looking to throw, big pass rush. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Emily Bell. But Laurel Creel and Seattle feeling good, increasing their lead to 32-18. Action-packed 4th period. Seattle now in complete control of this first ever Pacific Cup. All Seattle right now. Emily Bell feeling good.
This whole place is feeling good, Van. Oh, they're jamming again. They got their 32 points. It's not as many points as I thought they're going to do, but this place is starting to jam again. I really look forward to seeing Seattle play football in LFL USA this year.
Marianne Hansen and the BC Angels take over on their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Angels. Empty backfield. Hansen faking the bubble screen, looking to go deep down the right side. Caught! Beautiful catch downfield by Ashley Petrie for the BC Angels. They're showing no signs of giving up, even though it's just an exhibition.
An epic catch by Ashley Petrie. Mighty Mouse. How she came down with that ball, I'll never know. Double coverage. You got to hand it to Hanson for throwing it up, giving her chance. Mighty Mouse, Ashley Petrie coming down with the football, Van Earl.
All the way down to the 6-yard line as we move inside 3 minutes for this inaugural Pacific Cup, the Border War. First and goal for the BC Angels and Marianne Hanson. That was probably arguably their best, well, their second best offensive play of the game.
They have a shot. There's a lot of time. You score here, they're back in it again.
Hanson working from underneath center. Handoff to Stewart. Flea flicker back to Hanson. Going to the end zone.
Oh!
Incomplete. Big pass rush. Hanson paid the price on that delivery.
Flea flicker that deep in territory. I don't know. When you got the sizing, I don't know. Here's the replay. It's a gutsy call here by Coach Snell. They give it to Schnoor, trying to go up the middle. Back to Hanson. Not a great pass. You know, it's the kind of stuff they could have got it. She might have got it. I don't know, Van. I don't know. I just powered up. You got Stevie Schnoor in the backfield. She can run through 1, 2, 3 players at a time. Let's see it.
Quick shot of Stephanie Manu on the bench. Knocked out of this game with a concussion as she took a knee to her head at the end of one of her running plays. Timeout on the field. It'll be second
timeout.
and goal.
This is the 2-minute warning
for the BC Angels as we've hit the 2-minute warning of this inaugural Pacific Cup. When we come back, second and 6 for the BC Angels, thanks to a beautiful bomb caught by Ashley Petrie, and the Angels are threatening the end zone again. Back in Seattle. Look, Laurel Creel showing the crowd that she has been voted game MVP. 2 minutes left, though. If BC can score quickly, it'll be a one-possession contest. But congrats to Laurel Creel, quarterback for Seattle, already named MVP of this Pacific Cup.
She better put that down, Van Earl. She might need to play a little bit more if they score here.
I thought the same thing. First, second and goal for BC. Oh, quick flat pass dropped by Elisa Garcia, who's already had a fantastic game.
Great call by Coach Snell. You put Garcia out in the flat. Hanson threw a knuckleball there. It was tough to catch. It would have been a touchdown, but they got time. They got to do something right. You got Stevie Schnoor in the backfield. She was the captain of the rugby team. She's the most powerful player in LFL Canada.
Now third and goal. That last play took only 4 seconds. That was a good thing for BC. Hanson looking to throw. Big pass rush over the middle. Really just throwing it away on that play, so it'll be 4th and goal. This is really the last opportunity. Pass intended for Courtney Clark in the back of the end zone.
Now they got to throw the ball, obviously. Either you go to your two, you got 2 receivers playing great tonight, Petrie and Garcia. You go that side, or you might be able to slip Jeanette Jackson on the opposite side. Nobody would expect that, and they've used that play earlier in the year.
Certainly not using much time on the clock on those last 2 plays for BC. 4th and goal, they desperately need this to be a touchdown for them. Hanson over the middle, call!
Oh!
It was dropped right there in the hands of Heidi Nordby. A good call, the pass to the center, and it was dropped by Nordby. Pass a little short, but should have been caught.
She had it, Van Roel. A great play call. Throw it right up the middle to the center. She's got it.
Oh! Right there in the end zone.
Oh, how close.
Tough break for Heidi Nordby and the BC Angels. Barring a turnover or a dramatic change of events, that missed opportunity for BC might seal their fate in this Pacific Cup. Handoff to Emily Bell, right side for Seattle as they look to run the clock here in the final 90 seconds in Seattle.
Might be a great time to give Emily Bell the ball. She's got to get it going because she's coming in replacing Cam Warner, and Erica Smith's gone. She's going to be the horse this year. They need to give her the ball right now and get her a little experience.
Timeout called by BC and head coach Kevin Snell with 1:22 left. It'll be a 2nd and 5 for Seattle. Laurel Creel already named MVP of this exhibition, but as we start to look forward, Bobby, it's the return of LFL US action coming this spring of 2013. And as you mentioned one time earlier in this game, Seattle's going to be a factor.
Seattle will be a factor. There's the cup. That's what they're playing for right now. I love this event. USA versus Canada, and this is global this year. We got Canada. We're going to have Australia in. LFL is going all over the world, Vandal.
It has truly become a global sport, and it has become so very, very quickly. This Pacific Cup, this first ever between Seattle and BC, out of the province of British Columbia, and mainly the town of Vancouver. Chris Michelson, head coach for Seattle, holding on to a 32-18 lead, giving final play instructions to quarterback Laurel Creel. They face a 2nd and 5. Play action fake, Creel rolling right, pass tip at the line of scrimmage, intended for Emily Bell, falls incomplete.
What do you think about that call right there, Vanderbilt? Game, you can run the clock down. It's stopped right now, 1:17. But you remember a couple weeks ago when Seattle played in the NFL, throwing the ball late in the game? I'm not going to say anything. Chris Michelson right there throwing the ball down the field.
Chris Michelson doing his best, Pete Carroll.
I'm always kidding. Michelson loves to throw the football. A pass for him is like a run. He throws the football better than anybody in the LFL.
3rd and 5 now for Seattle. Creel working from underneath center. 2 running backs in the backfield for Seattle. Pitch to Emily Bell. End around. That's Krieger Zier.
Who else?
Inside the 15-yard line. Good play call. Bruising tackle. Delivered to Krieger Zier.
I love this call. Some people might get upset like they're trying to rub it in or get a lot of points, but you know what? This is a Seattle offense. That's a normal play for them. Who else? Your girl, Ricky Krieger Zier. What a night.
Absolutely. She has been outstanding for Seattle. And now the Mist has it 13 yards away from the end zone, looking to add a little salt into the wound of the BC Angels in this border war.
I think Laura Creel might let Ricky keep that trophy one day a week.
She should. Emily Bell in the backfield for Seattle. Creel going down the left side, caught! And another touchdown for the Seattle Mist. Jessica Hopkins on the receiving end of that touchdown delivery by Laurel Creel, as Seattle increases their point total to 38.
Jessica Hopkins, the Mortazo Award winner. She can catch better than anybody in LFL. This offense is potent and on fire. They're racking it up right now. I won't be surprised if they average 50 this year. This offense, when they get rolling, nobody will be able to stop them.
Right now, the lead for Seattle is 20 points, and they're looking to make the lead 22 as they line up for 2 points after the score, lining it up from the 3-yard line. Inside a minute to go. Loaded backfield for the Mist. Play action, Creel rolling right, back of the end zone, picked off by Ashley Petrie, and taken down at the 5-yard line. Not a return, as it took place earlier in the game when Cherie Hyatt picked it off on the points after for Seattle.
There was a couple players open in the end zone. Laura Creel came out. It was a good call. I like the call. She had girls open, just a bad pass. Look at it. She's got time. She's got girls open. Just a bad pass. Mighty Mouse coming up with another big play for BC. She's had a heck of a game tonight, man.
It's a 20-point game right now. BC on the wrong end of that score. But they fared pretty well.
They played great. I mean, I'll tell you what, you might not think so with a 38-18 score, but the schemes they came up with, I'll tell you what, Seattle with over 100 offensive plays, there's not many teams that can stop them or keep them under, 50, 60 points. BC came in with a good scheme tonight. I didn't expect them to win, but they played good.
Just under a minute remaining. Marianne Hansen working from center. The pitch to Stevie Snore. They're trying the halfback pass again. A flag on the play. Snore running right over Krieger. Jessica Hopkins on the tackle on that play. But we got to check out the flag.
I got holding on the offense. We're going to replay.
Check that. Carrie Warren on the tackle for Seattle.
Replay.
Carrie Warren hasn't seen a lot of time, but she's showing she wants to play.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal defense, number 8 on the defense. She lined up inside the 3-yard belt. Holding on the offense, number 10. Both those penalties offset. We'll replay first down.
Kristen Long, the offender for Seattle, and Chris Michelson.
Watch this hit. You think they're going to be running the clock out right there? That's a girl that wants to play this year. That's a textbook hit right there, a tackle. That girl wants to play some ball in LFL USA this year.
That was Carrie Warren for Seattle. Here's Marianne Hansen still with Stevie Snur in the backfield with her. Hansen looking to throw across the middle. Caught by Elisa Garcia right at midfield. Emily Bell on the tackle for Seattle. But another flag as that stops the clock with 45 seconds to go.
What's that call, Vander? Are they making the call here?
1st and 5 or 2nd and 2.
Like the guy just thinks it's on the field. The flag's right there.
2nd and 2.
Foul?
Referee going over to BC head coach Kevin Snell. Checking with him. But they're walking it back on the offense. The BC walking it off, I should say. So the flag will be against the Seattle Miss.
Number 6 on the defense lined up within the 3-yard belt. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Twice in a row. They have to keep a cushion of 3 yards, and she's up there at 1 yard. That's twice in a row inside the cushion of 3 yards.
Hansen back to throw for the Angels. Downfield, right side. A little long for Ashley Petrie. For Kate Marshall, I should say, and look out.
Oh, here we go.
We've got all kinds of nastiness.
Canada versus USA.
In the offensive backfield. Oh, a couple of shots and punches being thrown. Flags are flying. Heidi Nordby in the middle of it. Lala Fowler in there.
Wow. This is not an exhibition game, Vander. These girls want blood tonight.
Heidi Nordby, the center for BC, taking exception to some extracurricular activity delivered by Emily Bell and the Seattle Miss. And you know the crowd loves that.
The crowd is chanting USA. Are we at the Olympics? Look at this, USA. This crowd wants more.
Foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 10. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, offense, number 20. Those penalties offset. It's 2nd down.
You know that offsetting penalties when you get an altercation like that.
What do you think about that, Vander?
It's kind of a waste of time.
It is a waste of time.
Pick a guilty party.
There's 10 girls fighting. Who are you going to pick? They picked out LaShonda Fowler.
Well, you just got to pick one. BC continues on offense, 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Less than 40 seconds. Stevie Snur taking the pitch, but taking a loss of 2 yards. And again, they're still talking and still shoving. Carrie Warren in there for Seattle as the crowd begins to chant USA even louder and louder.
They don't want this game to stop. The players don't want this game to stop.
Hansen spikes the ball on 3rd and 6. They'll have one more offensive play unless they can convert this 4th down.
You talk about a rivalry. They might take this out in the parking lot, Vander.
Travis Russo, the defensive coordinator for Seattle, helping out head coach Chris Michelson.
Travis has done a great job for Coach Michelson last year and this year. But these girls, look at this. These girls want blood. They want BC.
4th and 6 now. Possible last gasp for Hansen and the Angels offensively. Oh, big pass rush. Hansen going down the right side. Ball sails into the stands, incomplete. And that will do it. No flags on that play. Now Seattle will just do a kneel down. Just 11 seconds left, just a kneel down required by Laurel Creel and the Seattle Mist, as they have represented the U.S. very strongly in this first ever border war in the history of the LFL.
This Pacific Cup is here to stay. As I mentioned, they would play this tomorrow. These two teams hate each other. And the only bad thing that happened tonight is the concussion of Stephanie Manu. We hope she does well, and she's a tough cookie. She'll come through it.
Absolutely. But other than that, really entertaining football here on a Saturday night in the Pacific Northwest. And look, they come out throwing. To heck with the kneel down. Can you believe that?
Now,
my goodness.
Now I'm going to say.
Come on.
At first, I was going to say Coach Michelson was not trying to run it up, but right there, Vanderbilt, I think he's trying to run it up.
That's a little wow.
I don't know about these Seattle teams. You know, that's in the NFL, now the LFL.
Man alive. 11 seconds left. All they got to do is kneel down, and they throw it into the end zone.
What's the odds of another kneel down right here? 0. They're going back in the end zone.
Man.
I love Coach Michelson.
I don't think anybody on that BC bench loves
I'll tell you what, he better run to that locker room real quick. Coach Snell be right behind him.
Look at him. Laurel Creel in the shotgun.
There we go. There we go.
The first ever Pacific Cup, the first ever border war between Seattle and British Columbia comes to an end. The home team celebrating victory, a 20-point margin of victory. Quarterback Laurel Creel, the MVP of this contest for Seattle, and in moments she will be talking with our Mitch Mortaza down on the field. But right now, Seattle celebrating, and their fans certainly got their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining football. Mitch Mortaza has found game MVP Laurel Creel, and I believe that he's ready to talk to Laurel right now. Mitch.
Hey guys, welcome to the field. It is official, it's over. The first ever Pacific Cup is officially in the books. And who would have guessed it? The Seattle Mist, after 6 months of dust, maybe longer, come back and lay it on the LFL Canada champion. I've got two of the key members from the game with me. First off, I got game MVP Laurel Creel, who came back strong. Talk to us about that performance tonight, Laurel.
You know, we just came out a little rough and we turned it around the second half. We came out strong and we stick to our game plan and we came out with the win.
Excellent. Go enjoy this one with your teammates, all right? And of course, our coach with the tightest shirt in the league, but looks good on him. Champions, coach. First one.
Feels good, feels good. We got a lot of work to do still, though. I mean, I'm going to take this film and we'll get back to work in about 2 weeks and we'll hit it hard again and make sure we correct all the little mistakes we made. BC played a great game. I got to give them a lot of credit. Came out and played hard, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, great effort out there. Talk to us a little bit about this offseason. What's that been like? And it looks like this team is sharp as ever.
Yeah, I mean, we made a few mistakes, especially on offense. I don't like to see. Laurel doesn't throw many interceptions. Threw a couple I wasn't too happy with, but the first one was a broken down route. So it wasn't her fault. We just didn't run the right route. But, you know, that's just the first game jitters after a year. Rookie Cherie Hyde, I told you to watch out for her. She scored 2 touchdowns, and she returned an extra point. She's going to be a beast. Melee's going to get there. Kristen will get there, and Megan Hansen will get there. It's their first game, and I'm really proud of them.
Excellent. Well, go enjoy this one tonight, Coach Michelson. Congratulations. All right, guys, everything that it was cracked up to be. Back to you guys.
The first ever Pacific Cup is in the books. We thank you so much for checking it out. The Seattle Mist triumph over the BC Angels, champions of LFL Canada, 38-18. Outstanding LFL action on a Saturday night. We thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on LFL.